Let's plan the week. My name is Jennifer. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. On my channel, we talk about all things homeschool. I have a fifth grader this year, and today we're going to plan our week. This is part of an open collaboration hosted by Abby from Rooted in Rest and Jessica from the Waldock Way, where they invite other YouTubers to make videos on specific topics each month. And this topic is plan with me. So please come along with me as we plan our week. I don't have to do any grading today because I do grade as we go throughout the week. And so I already have completed the grading. This is just all about putting everything together for her and making sure that I have all the supplies. First things first, I have my handy dandy planner, and so I'm just going to tip the camera and show you where I start. Is last week, and so I have highlighted everything that we did last week, and so I just need to look over it and see what we didn't do and then decide, am I going to take it to next week or not? We actually had a really good week. Our shoebox experiment we weren't able to do because of the lack of sun, and we have quite a few experiments because of the lack of sun that we are waiting for. So across the top, I just have our different subjects and then the days. So what we have not been able to do, we need to catch up on our science experiments. So greenhouse and the sun. Okay. For geography, we are going to make Nashville hot chicken sandwich. That's what my daughter chose last week for us to make this week. I have grocery pickup on Tuesday, so I have to do that after Tuesday. We'll probably, we're busy on Wednesday evening, so we'll probably do Nashville chicken sandwich on Tuesday. I decided to change this video up a little bit because we have now finished Monday from where I had planned on Monday. And I realized my planning is not that cut and dry, is not, okay, I'm going to sit down and I know exactly what I'm doing the whole week. Okay, and now we just look at where we were last week and we go from there. We have started doing a documentary every morning, and we're working on the Disney Imagineers. Do about 15 minutes of the Disney Imagineers each morning, and we're having a lot of fun with that. Let's see here. We ended our devotions from Indescribable on page 26 and 27. So we will start on page 28 and 29. I do like to have one Bible verse that we really focus on each week, and I like it to be related to one of the days that we are working on within our devotion. So this is 2 Timothy 1:7, all about not having fear. 1 Timothy 4:12. This one's a good one. We're going to do 1 Timothy 4:12 for our Bible verse. And so we will introduce it on Monday, even though it's not until Thursday for our devotion, but we will work on it every day and talk about what does it mean and make sure you understand 1 Timothy 4:12. Next up, history and geography. We are almost finished with the Civil War. I'm planning on finishing it this week. We are going to go ahead do school on Monday because later on in September we have to take some days off. So I want to go ahead and have school on Monday, even though it's Labor Day. Okay, so we finished Who Was Grant last week. We do have, we are working on Katie Woodlawn. Now, for Katie Woodlawn, I have 7 chapters. This one's 9 pages, 13, 13, 12, 12, 11. So it really doesn't matter. I just need to know that I need to do 2 chapters one day, and then 2 chapters for 2 days, and then 1 chapter the rest of the time. So we'll really, I'll really probably let my daughter determine which days we do 2 chapters and which days we do 1 so that we can finish this by Friday. Working on Undercover with Real Women Spies. We have read some of these, and so I just need to see what I have left for the Civil War. We already did Sarah Edmonds. We had a different book for her. So I have 2 Real Women Spies. So we'll probably do that on Tuesday and Thursday. This is our America's Story 2 Teacher's Guide. And what I have done is I write in here things that I want to accomplish within the sections. So we are finished up through the end of the Confederacy. Now, the next chapter is Lincoln's assassination. So I'm not going to do that this week. I want to finish working. I want to finish everything that I have scheduled, everything that I would like to get done with the Civil War. So we've done everything else. We're not going to do anything in America's Story 2 this week. I want to finish our history pocket. We started Major Battles last week, and so I want to work on that. We only have 1 left for Major Battles. Let's see. So I have already made our copies. Construction paper readily available. We have everything here. Hole punch, metal rings, or yarn. We have all of that readily available, so I don't have to get anything else. We've done quite a bit on a soldier's life and women during the war so far. War technology. Let's look at war technology and see what we're talking about here. So for war technology, we have the telegraph, which we've already done quite a bit with. At the end of the Pony Express, we started talking about Morse code ironclads. This will be interesting. So we haven't done very much on ironclads. We did read about it last week. Photography, we've done quite a bit with photography, but maybe we could do a little bit more. So let's see. Okay, so if I don't do that, then I do have this. Let's see what they have. We've already done quite a bit with food. Here's Ironclad Ships. Let's see what we have for Ironclad Ships. 29. So here we can talk about the Ironclad Ships. There's some reading. And then if we want to make an ironclad ship, what do we need? Milk carton, scissors, duct tape, popcorn, we have that, aluminum foil. So I need a milk carton. Okay. So I think we're going to make this Ironclad Ships. I do want to really focus on the Civil War with these famous figures of the Civil War. It's where we can punch them out and make them so that they can move, and then there's information about each one of these. Let's see, we have talked about every person quite extensively within here, maybe. So I think that we're going to use this as one of our end of the Civil War sections. So we're going to work on the famous figures of the Civil War. Now, since this is the end of a big section, we'll do a history bowl with her daddy. She really likes doing these, so we'll have that on Friday. Okay. So I need to still come up with the questions for that. So I'll spend most of the week with coming up with questions for that history bowl. Let's see. Then if my history pocket takes longer, I can move that into Tuesday if I need to. Okay, then yeah, so I think that that'll be a good amount of work for history. For geography, she is doing the 180 days of geography. She finished, let's see, page 24 last week, so this will be, okay. So she did pick the Nashville hot chicken sandwich, so let's see if we, I didn't use this last year. We didn't use any of the worksheets when we were using the Passport to America last year. So let's see what they have with regards to Tennessee to see if we want to do anything with Tennessee. The word scramble, she likes those. Okay, so we'll do that. Language, we finished page 79. So Abeka is really good in that they give us everything that we need all set laid out. They do have language games, so we'll see if we want to play the language game that they recommend. Okay, broad jump moves. So that's basically Simon says when Simon says when you have the right answer. So we'll play that. Okay, so then I just put my sticky note back where I will be ready for the next week. Okay, so I have pages, I'll start on page 79. So I'm just really quickly going to go through and make sure that I know what we're talking about with regards to pronouns and agreements. Now, normally I would have writing in here in this section as well, but we are not starting our IEW. We're not picking up with it quite yet. We've been doing quite a bit of review, and we're going to continue doing some review and some other writing. So we don't have any writing for next week in this section. We're going to be doing some morning writing. We're going to be doing some other writing, but not in this section. For math, we are starting on Beast Academy 3B. We did finish our Singapore last week, and she took the test on it and did really well. And so we're going to skip over to Beast Academy, but we also do mental math 2 days a week. So she needs to do, okay, Beast Academy. This is we're beginning with 3B, so this is multiplication, which we should fly through this. This is really truly a review for her for this chapter 4 multiplication. It does have a workbook as well as the textbook. So your workbook will tell you the first section is the guide, pages 12 through 25, and then practice, pages 7 through 15. And so we're going to finish these 3 in a total of 5 days, which again, since this is a review, I'm not concerned about us doing this. We won't do all of the problems in here because she already knows her multiplication tables. Let's see, Y. Okay, so Y, learn to multiply. How does the times table work? We know all this. Commutative property, she's done this. Practice pages, the wheels, again, these are all things that she knows. Times table. Okay, so this is something that it looks new to her. So the product of the overlapping squares. So this will look new to her. So she probably will do all of these because it is a new concept, a new format, I should say. So she'll do that, and then we'll go to page 2. So day 2, 26 through 32. 26. Blocks. We played this last year. Okay, I didn't realize that it was called block blobs. So she does know what block blobs are. Okay, 26 through 32. Practice pages 16 through 29. Okay, find the area. We've done that. Okay, so now we're getting into word problems. So I'm going to split this into 2 days since I have that flexibility right now to 29. Okay. These are definitely more difficult. Okay, so we'll do. We're studying the planets in science. So we finished Jupiter. Now when my camera went off, my phone went off, and so I went ahead. Well, I wrote down the pages that we're going to read within for each day. Also, for the teacher's guide, they have worksheets, but we don't always do them. The only worksheet that we're going to do was on Thursday. We're doing our solar system puzzle, which is making 3Ds of each planet, and we will continue this for each planet as we read about it. Lastly, with science, I do want to look and see what activities they have for each planet to see if it's something that we want to do. I like this as well. And I have everything for these two. So let's see. Okay, so I think that we're going to do the Uranus and the Neptune activities. We do spelling, you see, and she's on lesson 3, I believe. She has dictation on Thursday, and if she does well, which she normally does, we don't do spelling on Friday. 2 reading comprehensions. I try to do the reading comprehensions on a day that is not a middle math day. So we finished with 12, so we'll start 13. We finished our read aloud last week, and so we're going to read Ranger in Time, Escape from the Twin Towers, since this September 11th is the 20th anniversary of the attack, which amazes me. So we're going to be reading Ranger in Time as our read aloud. For miscellaneous, the first thing that we do is Spanish. We're on lesson 18. So 2 lessons of cursive and 2 lessons of keyboarding. We normally do poetry 1 day a week, and then I had mentioned that we're not doing the writing yet, but what we're going to do in place of that is this September 11th unit study. Now, we're not doing everything in it. I've been reading up on this study. She does have a relatively solid foundation of what happened on 9/11. But I do want to talk a lot about Mr. Rogers, which is why I really like this free study from Pandia Press. It does talk about looking at your helpers. This is what I want her to focus on, is this history helper. Now, the last thing that I have to do, because this is all of our main subjects, the last thing that I have to do is our morning independent work. So let me tell you about what happened today on Monday. I have my handy dandy planner here. So first of all, we did our September 11th. Well, last night I received an email from Thrive in 5, and I'll link her blog down below, her website, but I am on her email address, on her email list, and I received an email from her about how she teaches September 11th to her 5th grade class. And so I was reading through it this morning, and so I added the Brain Pop video for September 11th. So I did add something there. And then we were doing our history, and I love Mr. Betts, and he is a teacher out of New York City. He's a high school teacher, but he does all kinds of parodies for history. And so I had already previewed our his Civil War parodies and his Civil War videos. So I went ahead and we added 2 Mr. Betts videos to what we watched today with regards to the Civil War, which therefore meant that we didn't do everything that I had planned for today. So we did not do our Geography Tennessee worksheet, which I'm not really concerned about because that is the only state worksheet that we were planning for the week. So I just didn't mark it off. So I will keep that unhighlighted. I will keep that not highlighted. And then throughout the week, I'll try to go back to it. Also, we did not get to our science experiments. Again, the weather just didn't cooperate with us. So that's also not highlighted. So what I'm getting ready to do now is to go through some more of what was included in that Thrive in 5 blog and see if there's anything else from it that I want to add to our September 11th study for this week. Also, I thought I'd let you know, I do try to keep a track of how long it takes us to do school, because it's just nice for me to know, am I planning too much? Should I not plan enough? So today, for us to do everything that we had planned and switch up things the way I just talked about, it took us a little less than 3 hours in the morning, and then it took us about an hour in the afternoon. But when I think about it, between the documentary, the brain pop, and Mr. Betts, we are almost an hour just from watching those 3 separate, those 3 different things. But here's our Tuesday update. We didn't get as much done as what I had planned. Today was my grocery pickup, so we got a little bit of a late start. And also then one of my daughter's friends who she had not seen in like 2 months, who is also homeschooled, wanted to get together, and I thought that it would be a play date for about 2 hours, and it ended up being a play date for almost 4 hours, which was a good thing, and I think that that was really important for her to be able to do. But we were not able to read about our female spy that we wanted to today from the Civil War, which we will do that tomorrow. I'm not worried about that. And then also, we didn't make it to science today. We weren't able to do any science today. But again, that is okay. We'll pick it up probably sometime later this week. I'm guessing tomorrow, because tomorrow is we don't have anything planned outside of school and church tomorrow, so I'm hoping that we'll be able to pick it up then. So for today, we worked a total of right at 2 hours, and now we're going to go do Nashville hot chicken sandwich. This is from our Passport to America. So for geography, she is we're studying the states. We did do the states and capitals last year, but she's going to be making the Nashville hot chicken sandwich for us for dinner. So that's what we're doing this evening. It's Wednesday, and what a Wednesday it has been. So I woke up this morning to no power. So we didn't have any power this morning, which definitely impacted our homeschool day. We grabbed a bunch of our materials and headed off for the coffee shop. We did have plans for this afternoon, so it's not like I could just delay today. So let me tell you how today went. We couldn't watch our documentary, obviously, no power. We skipped Bible, we skipped history because we were supposed to be doing a history project, and I couldn't really take that to the coffee shop. We did do English, so we did grammar. We finished, we did math. We caught up on reading in science, but we did not get any of our activities completed for the different planets. And then we did finish Ranger in time for 9/11. That's our read aloud that we're doing with regards to September 11th. And I had planned for it to take all week for us to read that. So we do have some extra time on Thursday and Friday now because we finished that read aloud. So today I was not as productive. I'll put it like that. Today was not as productive as I would have liked for it to be, but we're still moving right along with our planning. So we're going to get most of what we wanted to get done this week. We are going to get it done, but not everything, obviously. So I'll update you tomorrow. This is Thursday's update, and I have to say I was ready to throw the towel in after Tuesday and Wednesday for this week just because of the power outage and things not going the way I wanted them to. But today was amazing. Now, we did work longer than what we normally do. Our school day today was about 6 hours, which normally we don't do that long, but we were focused, we were making real progress, and we were doing a lot of hands-on activities. And so with those hands-on activities, obviously, sometimes those do take longer. So what did we do today? We finished reading Katie Woodlawn, and I had that planned for tomorrow, and so I can cross that off. We're not going to read Katie Woodlawn, and we're not starting another read aloud this week. We were able to work on, for history, we worked on the famous figures of the Civil War. We read one of our female spies, and we also did the Ironclad Ships. She made one of those, which was a whole lot of fun. Ellie, what'd you make?
An ironclad ship.
When was an ironclad ship first used?
In the Civil War.
All right, so let's see if it'll float. Turn off the water. Oh, look, you did it. For language, we did add in a hands-on activity that I was not initially planning, but it was really necessary for the different types of pronouns and where they line up within, pronoun families. So that was something that we did need to add on that I was not initially planning on. Science, we finished up our solar system 3D puzzle, which took a while. This is not a fast puzzle to put together. We have been working on it throughout all of the planets that we've been studying, but we finished it up today, which it looks awesome, but it, again, was not an easy puzzle to put together. And then we worked on Spanish. So what we have decided to do is our spelling lesson dictation. That is moved till tomorrow. Mental math moved to tomorrow. And then I'm going to probably move our spy for the last spy that we have for the Civil War. We'll move it to another time. I'm not going to push getting that put together. And then we have our science activities, the other activities that we had planned that we have not been able to get done yet. We'll have to see. If we have time tomorrow, I'm going to pull one of those in. If we don't and we're tired because we worked so hard today, then we'll just push it off until next week. But that's our update for today. It's Friday, so this is our last update for this week with our planet video. We worked today for a little over 2 hours, but we actually got quite a bit done in those 2 hours. We finished the Imagineers for our documentary for the episode we were watching this week. We finished it, and then Ellie finished doing her famous people of the Civil War. She is going to do a play this evening to her daddy with these little characters, and so she's going to tell about what happened in the Civil War with regards to the characters, and so that'll be a lot of fun. She's doing that this evening. Also this evening we have our history bowl for the Civil War, and so she does this with her daddy, and what I do is I just make up these questions for the Civil War, and we assign points to each one of them. And I do have to cut these out. I just finished making these up last night, and so I have to cut these out, and we'll put them on poster board. And it's kind of like a Jeopardy sort of game that we play. And then she had her language test, reviewed the planets. So yeah, so if you look at what we did or did not accomplish this week, despite having a rough middle, we were able to get almost everything done that I had planned. Now, what we didn't get done is one of the things that we really like, and that is our science activities. And so I'm going to have to move those science activities because I still want to do them. I think they're very beneficial. We just didn't get those done this week. And then the other thing that we didn't get done was our Tennessee worksheet, but I'm not really concerned about that because we talked about Tennessee so much when she was making the Nashville hot chicken sandwich. So not doing a worksheet should be fine. So that is our day, our week, our day update. Thank you. I hope this video has been beneficial to you in how we plan for our week. If you have any questions, please let me know down below. So again, thank you so much to Abby and Jessica for hosting this collab and for letting me join. I hope that you have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.